Hi friends, I'm here to do your second video, project number 2 for River Forest. Inside your box, you're gonna take it out and there's gonna be, Miss Jess is here also. You see me looking over there. I'm looking at Miss Jess. You're gonna take out your plastic bag and there's some brown clay in it. It's brown because it's cinnamon clay. So you can take it out. I'm gonna show you how to make like a dough, like a clay, right on camera now, and then for that we're going to be making ornaments. So I'm going to bring the camera down and we'll get started. For your clay you're going to need a bowl, and then you're going to need some flour. This is just regular all-purpose flour. We don't buy anything fancy. And then you're going to need some regular salt and water. So you're gonna start by making your clay. You're gonna take double flour to salt. So if I was making this for you guys in River Forest, you guys would be making it with me. But I already made it so that you have it. But if you wanna make a second batch and you wanna make a ton of ornaments for the holiday or just little trinkets to give out, this is the perfect opportunity to do that. So double flour to salt. So if I have 2 cups of flour, I'm going to have 1 cup of salt. If I have 3 cups of flour, you're gonna have 1.5 cups of salt. That's our basic recipe. This is what we've been using for years. Right, Miss Jess?
Right.
So you're gonna go ahead and dump your flour inside your bowl. And if I was teaching this with you guys, I would have my younger friends like touch it. And how does it feel? I know my daughter loves playing with flour. Loves it. But it's very soft. You could ask your kids to be descriptive about it, like what does it feel like? Compare it to something. Ask them to give their hands a little clap to get that flour off of it. If you're gluten-free, you can definitely use gluten-free flour. And then we have some salt. So you're gonna go ahead and dump your salt in. Now your clay that you have is cinnamon clay. So what we did is we just dumped a bunch of cinnamon inside of it and it gives it a nice cinnamon scent. But today, I'm just gonna put some peppermint oil in it, so you'll get to see a different way of making it. So if you have any kind of oil at your house, like scented oil, essential oil, you can put a few drops in. But yeah, so that's the basic mixture. You can go ahead and kind of combine it a bit. And then you're gonna add your water. So your water is approximately the same amount of salt, maybe a little bit less. And then you'll see as I mix it, I kind of go for like a feel, right? If it's too sticky or too watery, then I put too much water. I'd want to add some more flour. So just go ahead and keep mixing it. It's going to be pretty messy on your hands at first, but just keep mixing it. It's going to come together. And if it feels a little too shaggy, a little too crumbly, add a little bit more water. Add water a little bit at a time because you can always add more, but it's hard if you have too much water because then you'll add more flour and then by the end, you'll just have so much clay. So just add a little bit of water at a time. Miss Jess, do you mind grabbing the peppermint oil for me? Thanks. So just keep mixing it and see how it's coming together a little bit more. I can squeeze it and it's holding a form. That's what you're going for. I'm gonna add a little bit more water, so just a splash. Thank you. Miss Jess brought the peppermint oil over. So if you guys don't like the brown clay that we made you guys can quickly make a new batch. You can pause this video, run to the kitchen, super excitedly and ask mom and dad for some flour and salt. They'll be like, what are you making? They're like, ornaments. Miss Jess is packing up some birthday party boxes, craft ideas. So yeah, so see how it's coming together? At this point, even though it's a little shaggy in the bottom, I would not add any more water, because I'm gonna tint my clay. I'm gonna give it some color. So that's good. Now, your hands are pretty messy. Don't worry about that, it all comes off. I should have maybe taken off my rings. That's okay. It's okay. It's just showing you that it's okay. It's all washable. I'm not worried about it. I'm just gonna wipe my hands quickly. Okay. So you have your clay made. It still has a little bit of dryness to it, but you want that because we're gonna be adding some essential oils to it. And so that gives it a little more moisture. And I'm gonna be adding some paint also. So it's childproof, and I'm having a very difficult time opening it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so go ahead. I gave myself like 6 drops, maybe more. We like a solid scented clay here. And just keep mixing it. And I'm gonna turn this into a blue clay. If you guys wanted to do green, you would mix blue and yellow. If you wanted to make an orange clay, you would mix red and yellow. And if you wanted to make a purple clay, you would mix your red and your blue. So if you're doing this at home, we did give you these little paint pods. So you can use this paint for your clay, or if you guys have food coloring at home, this is just the gel kind. The gel kind works, right, Jess? Yeah, the gel food coloring works. You have to knead it in a bit more, but it works really well. So I'm gonna add some blue. Just with a spoon. I like my clay to look a little marbled. So you're gonna see as I'm mixing it together, I'm gonna leave some white kind of showing because I think that looks pretty. It's almost like a tie-dye. So then you're just gonna mix it. Again, it's a little bit messy, but once it's combined and we're gonna start playing with our clay, it won't be messy anymore. Mix it up. It smells great. You could put lavender. You guys are a little stressed with the holidays, make some lavender clay. So I'm gonna take this out now and show you guys. So I have a little bit of shag left in the bottom. That's fine. Put that aside. So now I can knead it on my table. You guys could put a placemat down if you wanted to do this at home, but the paints that we sent with you are completely washable, so don't be too stressed about your table. All right, so I like this marble look, like I said, so I'm gonna keep it like that. If you wanted to make it all one color, just keep kneading it. I'm gonna give my hands a quick wipe, and then we can start making our ornaments. So you guys have a decent amount of clay in your kit. You can probably make 2 or 3 ornaments. It's up to you. You would take a chunk out, a piece, and you can go ahead and play with it. I'm gonna show you a few tools that you might have around your house that you guys can play with your clay. So if we were in class, I'd be letting you guys play with the clay for approximately, I don't know, maybe like 20 minutes. I would play with you, show you some simple hand building skills. So I'm gonna show you some skills a little bit quicker through this video. But basically at home, you guys might have a rolling pin, maybe not this size. It might be a regular size rolling pin, but nonetheless, you might have a rolling pin. You can go get that. These are just kitchen play tools. So you guys can use these for some clay play, a fork. I also have a potato masher and some simple cookie cutters. So this is just to kind of build up our clay, maybe make our ornaments a little more intricate. But these are not necessary. Your hands are probably the best tool you'll get. So the first hand building skill we're gonna practice, and this is especially for like our younger class, we're gonna start pinching our clay. So we're just pinching it apart into small pieces. So when I do that, I'm working my hand muscles, my hand and eye coordination is working. But I'm strengthening my hands, I'm warming it up. This is great for kids that are starting to like grasp pencils or learning to write their names. For our older friends, you guys can start making pieces for an ornament. So you can start thinking about what kind of ornament you want to make. So yeah, just pinching our clay. And I'm gonna flatten it, making little silver dollar pancakes. So I'm pressing the clay down with my whole hand. I'm gonna pick up the clay. I'm gonna roll this clay into a ball. So I'm picking up the clay and then I'm gonna use my muscles, my hand, and I'm gonna squeeze it together. Because I made so many pieces, my clay might need a little bit more work to get into a ball. So I'm gonna do a hand transfer from like left to right. I'm just transferring the clay. I'm telling my brain what I'm doing. I guess my brain's telling me what to do. So once you have your clay into a ball, you can roll it on the table, make it a nice smooth ball. And then from a ball, you can make it into a snake. So I'm going through these hand building skills kind of quickly with you, but you guys can play with your clay for as long as you want. If it starts feeling dry, just give it a little splash of water with your fingers. Keep making it into a snake. So I'm going up and down, up and down. It's big enough now where I can use both hands. From a snake, I can make a snail. Like that, little cinnamon roll. So yeah, let your kids play with the clay. You can play with them. You guys can make all kinds of ornaments with them. I'm gonna go ahead and make an ornament right now with you guys. I was thinking a wreath, right? TH, wreath. So I'm gonna go back to my snake shape. I'm gonna go up and down. This would be way too big. It would weigh down my tree or whatever I'm holding, putting my ornament on. This clay is pretty solid, so. And then to store it, to keep it for a longer period of time, if you guys made a lot of it, you can put it in the refrigerator. So I'm gonna go ahead and pinch this part together. I'm gonna add just a little bit of water. Then I'm gonna pinch it together. I'm almost making like a donut. Well, I'm making a donut shape. And then use your hands to kind of shape it out. Like that. And then I'm gonna use my fork and I'm gonna go ahead and just give it some texture. Just pressing my clay down, giving it some texture. And then inside your box, so you guys have been playing with your clay, or maybe you made new clay, you're gonna have a little container that looks like this. And you're going to have some sequins in it and some gems. And then also a pipe cleaner. You can unroll that pipe cleaner, just like that. And then you're gonna snip this in half. That way it gives you 2 hanging devices for your ornaments. Snip it in as many pieces as you want. You don't even have to use this for hanging purposes. You could poke it in and give yourself a cool 3D sculpture if you wanted to. But if you're sticking with the idea that we're making ornaments, you can snip it into, I think 2 would make a nice length to be able to string it and hang it. Yeah, so I have my little wreath shape, and now I'm gonna go ahead and press my press-ins. So I'm gonna do some sequins. I'm just pressing these in. I'm giving it a nice little push so that it goes into my clay. Oop, that one's upside down. And then you're going to take your finished little ornaments and you're gonna bake them in the oven low and slow. So you're gonna bake them in the oven at about 275, 300 for about 45 minutes to an hour. You wanna bake them until they're nice and hard, so low and slow. So it'll get nice and hard, and then when they come out of the oven, that's when you can string them. If you want, you can go to your local craft store and get yourself a little bottle of Mod Podge, and you can glaze it and have this ornament last for years. So it just comes out, it's this white, kind of gluey substance. Oops. Once you baked it and you really press these in, these shouldn't come out. But then on the back, you guys can take a Sharpie and write the date that you guys made these. You can write like to Grandma, love, Hugh. Yeah, these make great little gifts to give out. So once this comes out, I'm gonna take my pipe cleaner and I'm gonna string it through. You can string it any way you want. You can put string instead of a pipe cleaner if you don't like the pipe cleaner we gave you. Make this your own. Then you have a little ornament for your tree or for your wall or just a gift to give to others. So like I said, you have more than enough clay to make 2 or 3 ornaments in your kit. But if you decide to make your own clay, if you decide to make your own clay, you can make so many ornaments. You can make ornaments and send them to me if you want. If you have any questions, let us know. But like I said, these make really cute gifts to give out. And if you put a little essential oil or the cinnamon in it, it gives it a really nice scent for the holidays. And I think that's it. Do you have anything to add, Miss Jess, for the ornaments?
Send pictures.
Oh yeah, send us pictures. We got a few of your pictures and it was really fun to see you guys doing the vase project. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this project. And if you have any questions about how much water, how much flour, send me an email, but it's double flour to salt. So 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of salt. And when I did that, it made a lot of clay. And I just used, I think this is a cup. It's like the Chobani yogurt measuring cup. And then about the same amount of water to salt. You might have to play with it and add more water as you go. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.